Animal testing is a very active problem, and surprisingly, it is not a problem that is unique to overseas places such as China, but it is actually very, very prevalent in the United States as well, which is why it is such an important topic for people to understand. Animal testing is the use of non-human animals to experiment on how products and certain things react on the biological system of a living species. And animal testing is mostly used in scientific experiments and cosmetics. And while many other animals are tested on, the most common animals are rodents, rabbits, guinea pigs, birds, cats, dogs, hamsters, monkeys, reptiles, and farm animals. And that's a long list of animals that are affected by this thing. Some facts about animal testing is that there are actually 100 million animals experimented every year in the United States alone. So many people are under the misconception that animal testing is something that occurs overseas or somewhere far away from the United States, but it is actually most prevalent in the United States, and that the United States is the country with the most animal testing in the world. And many people argue that animal testing is important for science, and it is, but 95% of experiments that show promising results in animals fail during the human test stages. So 100 animals who have been tortured but show promising results from the animal testing, actually only 5% work in humans anyways. So out of 100 animals who actually show results that could potentially work, only 5 do. And that doesn't account for all of the other animals who didn't show promising results. And there are over 115 million animals that are tested on annually in the world, but only 25 new drugs prove to be successful every year. So for 115 million animals tested on, we only get 25 new drugs a year from those millions of animals being tortured. Now, animal testing may not seem all that bad, but it can actually have very, very negative effects on the animals that are being tested on. Some of these include poisoning, the animals becoming infected with diseases, surgeries, animals being blinded, bones broken, skin burn, tumor growth, and commonly death. So here are some pictures of some animals who have been tested on. You can see that there are some abnormal growths on some of the animals, and that one of the bunnies is blind due to the experiments. Around the world, animal testing is banned in the European Union, which is 28 member states. And it is also banned in Norway, Israel, and India. The United States, Australia, Canada, Taiwan, Brazil, and New Zealand are considering a ban, but have yet to ban animal testing. And animal testing is a legal requirement in China, which it is very prevalent in China because it is illegal to sell a cosmetic product without testing it on animals. China will not let you sell a cosmetic product in their country if it has not been tested on live animals, which is very, very concerning, since not only are they testing, but they have to for every single cosmetic product sold there, which is a lot of animals being tested on. There are some prevention laws in the United States to help prevent the animal testing, but they are not entirely effective. There's the Animal Welfare Act, which is a federal law addressing the basic care of animals at testing facilities. Now this means that they can still be tested on, but they have to meet some certain care standards to be tested on. And while that is somewhat helpful, the Act also excludes 95% of the animals tested on. So birds, rodents, fish, and reptiles are not included in this Act, so they are not protected. Only 5% of the animals tested on are protected. There's also the Humane Cosmetics Act, which is a proposed legislation to make animal testing for cosmetics legal in the United States. And this act has not been confirmed yet, and it may not be, but it is picking up some traction in the United States because a lot of people are standing up against animal testing. How you can help fight this epidemic of animal testing is to primarily use cruelty-free products You can vote against animal testing in legislation. You can speak up about animal testing and tell other people about it and help prevent it. And you can get involved with local or national prevention organizations to help try and combat this animal testing. And then lastly, you can just spread the word about how awful the animal testing is by telling others about it. And here are some products that use animal testing. So if you are against it and you would like to, you can try to avoid products from Avon, MAC, Bobbi Brown, CoverGirl, Estee Lauder, Dove, Pampers, Pantene, Tresemme, Revlon, Windex, Tide, Arm & Hammer, Head & Shoulders, and so many more. These are a lot of very popular brands that actually test on animals, and many people aren't aware of this animal testing. And then, for reference, here are some products and companies that are against animal testing and refuse to animal test. So these are companies that you can turn to if you would like cruelty-free products.